So today I'm going to talk to you about aqua running, which, as many of you know, is one of my passions. So first of all, what is aqua running? Well, it's simply that. It is running in the water, usually in the deep end of a swimming pool. So what is the point of aqua running? Why do people do it? Why is it a really helpful addition to a runner's schedule? Well, first of all, the fact that aqua running is a non-impact sport, as in your feet don't touch the bottom of the pool, means that it's really good for runners who are either injured or who are recovering from injury or susceptible from injury and can't run outside. Because what you can do is train totally in the pool like some elite runners do when they're injured, or you can have it as an addition to your training program. So some people like to carry on with some of their running outside and come to aqua running once a week. Other people might choose to focus purely on their aqua running for a while. But it is a really important addition to a training program, simply because it replicates running in many ways. So first of all, it replicates the running movement in the water. So basically you are moving your arms and your legs and having your posture exactly the same as you should have outside. So it's really good for maintaining those movement patterns that you have as a runner if you can't run outside. It's also really good for improving them if you can, because you've got to use your arms and your legs in exactly the same way. It's a really varied activity, so you can use your aqua running as a recovery session if you take it nice and easy, or you can actually use it as a quite a hard addition, almost like a speed session as part of your training program. It's actually really difficult. It's really hard work. Most people don't believe me when I say to them it's going to be really hard, but it is very tough, because you have to work obviously against the resistance of the water in order to move forward. So what you find is that you are working fairly hard, fairly quickly in order to move forward at all. And it's all about making that effort rather than actually moving forwards. You won't go forwards very far in the time that you're in the pool. You won't cover much distance, but you can actually structure the session so that you work just as hard as you would in a speed session outside. So how do you actually do it? Well, how you aqua run is basically you get yourself a belt like this, okay, which it's made of foam. It's got a belt around it which is adjustable. I can show you there, just like that. And you wear this around your waist, so you have this part in the small of your back and the belt as tight as you can around your waist. And the point of the belt is to keep you upright in the water. It is possible to run without one, but it's a lot harder work, and it's much harder to maintain good form and technique in the water. So a belt is really worthwhile. It only costs about £11–12 from Amazon, but yeah, a really good addition. So you need a belt, you need your swimsuit, and you need the deep end of the pool. And how you do it is basically you run exactly as you would when you're outside, but one of the key things you need to do is make sure that you keep your feet flexed. So rather than pointing your toes down like you might do if you're a swimmer, what you actually want to do is make sure that your ankle is flexed, because you're pushing down on the floor with the soles of your feet. The other thing that is slightly different to running outside for many people is that you have to use your arms a lot more than you would outside. So your triceps on the back of your arms here need to be really engaged in actually pushing the water away behind you. And if you don't use them, what you will find is that you don't move forward very far. But other than that, it's exactly the same as running outside, as I said, except you're going an awful lot slower. You can structure the session, so you can do it exactly like you would a structured session outside. You can have warm up, have cool down, and include some short hard efforts, which would be shorter than you would outside because it is such hard work, or you can simply do a long, slow, easy run like you would do outside. There really isn't that much difference. The main downside, well, there are two problems with aqua running, two downsides. One is that obviously you need to have the deep end of a pool to do it in, and finding pool space for yourself can be quite difficult. I've tried it myself doing it in the public swim session, and it's a bit of a nightmare when you've got small children running in front of you and playing, and people doing breaststroke that cross your path. So it can be quite difficult to find the right kind of pool space to do it. The other issue is that if you go on your own, it can be deathly boring. If you're going up and down with no particular structure, no particular aim for the session, it can become quite mind-numbing. One of the things that you can do is come to my aqua running class, which is in Newark on a Monday evening at the Sports Centre, 8:15 p.m, where I have a group and we actually do a coached aqua running session, which makes the whole thing a lot more tolerable and bearable if you're doing it with other people. So each week we'll have a particular focus. We'll always do a warm-up and a cool-down. We do some hard efforts. We might do shorter ones some weeks, we might do longer ones, and it's all done within a very fun context, lots of games and activities, and it basically gets you working hard, and before you know it, the 45 minutes has gone by. So if you like the sound of aqua running and you fancy coming along, you can come along for a free trial session. That's not a problem. If you look wherever you're viewing this video, there should be a link nearby for you. It may be below if you're seeing it in the newsletter or on Facebook, but there's a link to sign up. You can come along, have a free trial session and see if you like it and if you'd like to join us. But if you'd rather go on your own, then by all means, get yourself an aqua belt and take yourself off to the pool and have a go. It's hard work, but a great addition to your training programme, particularly if you can't run outside or not very much at all. Okay, so any questions you've got about aqua running, do get in touch with me and I'll be very happy to answer. Okay, thank you.